What's up, Guardians? Tim here from For All Manakind, here to tell you how to get to power level 305 as quickly as possible. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is get your normal base level to level 20, and the easiest way to do that, by beating the story. When you beat the story, after you talk to a couple NPCs, you'll basically go from level whatever you are, whether it be 16, 17, 18, 19, instantly to 20, which is really nice, super helpful. Now, along your way of completing the story, you're going to come to a couple level lockouts where, you have to be level 6, I think there's one at level 11, and then I think one more at level either 15 or 16. And you have to reach that level before you can continue onward. Now, I found the easiest way to do this and the easiest way to get to that level quickly is by going to Titan and just doing pub events. There's only 2 real areas that pub events spawn at, and they spawn pretty much one after the other. You might have to wait, 3-4 minutes before the one spawns in, but it's really quick. It's a lot of XP. Do it, then get to the level you need to get to, and then after that, boom, keep continuing on to the story. Make sure you focus mainly on the story. Don't do side missions. Don't worry about that. That stuff is not important. Just go straight for the story. Do pub events on Titan when need to, and continue. After you beat the story, talk to the NPCs. Boom, level 20, and then we can talk about reaching the next power level checkpoint, which will be 265. Okay, so now let's just assume you're level 20 and ready to hit the next checkpoint, which again, like I said earlier, is 265. At this point, you can do strikes, right? Everyone likes to do strikes. They're fun, but really, other than doing the milestones for them, I feel like they take too long. If you don't have a milestone to do strikes, I would personally just leave them out unless you absolutely want to do them. But again, I feel like they take too long to really get the lackluster benefits that they provide for you. Now, you can do side missions, but again, take too long. Crucible, I'm a fan of Crucible. I think after every match, you have a chance of getting some gear, which is cool. Again, they can take a good amount of time, but if you're more into the PvP thing, the Crucible is not a bad choice. You'll get the gear, make sure you're doing your milestones in there, and it's very important at this point that you do not do milestones that say powerful gear. Keep them to the side, avoid them until we get to the next part, but just remember that. Don't use powerful gear milestones. Now, the legendary quest milestones, go for it. That's a great one to go for because you're not going to have to worry about losing what the powerful gear is going to grant you later on. So any of the legendary gear quests, do those. Great things to do. Pub events, probably the best thing you can do at this point is to go to a planet such as Titan, Earth, whatever, EDZ, whatever they call it now. Do those pub events, get the coins, and turn them in constantly and keep getting gear that way. Doing this grind, I know it's kind of grindy at this point, but once you do this enough, you'll get the rhythm down. And I think, again, Titan's probably the best place to go because it's such a small planet that you can just go back and forth to the 2 areas, like I said before, and get those coins, get the pub events done, keep grinding out. Again, personal opinion, but I think that's the quickest way to do that, and just keep doing these things. Now, if you have a solid team, you can try to do the Nightfall at these points. The Nightfalls are really tough. Like, they can be really tough now because, they have the whole time limit thing, what's the special parameter? Do I have to kill enemies, kill these random things popping up, jump through hoops? So it can be really tough if you're not above 265 to get a Nightfall done. Not to say it can't be done, but it's tough. It can take a lot of time. Now, if you keep doing these things, and again, I still think at this point, pub events, getting coins, turning those coins into the people that, exchange them for gear, probably the best thing to do. But you keep doing this grind, eventually you'll get to 265. Now, after you get to 265, you'll wind up wanting to try to get to the next checkpoint, which is 280. Okay, so let's assume you're 265 and ready to move on. At this point, the reason this is such a big milestone right here is at 265, all your blue gear really stops dropping at higher levels than you. It's really just gonna slow down quite a bit at this point. Once you hit that 265 point, everything just kind of comes to a halt, which is why I told you earlier to not do the powerful gear milestones. This is the point, in my opinion, where starting to do those is really important because it'll help you get over that 265 to 280 gap that a lot of people struggle getting past. So at this point, if you saved your powerful gear milestones, start doing those. It'll help you get over that gap. Also, it's a good time to make an exotic quest run. I would do 1 or 2. I wouldn't do them all because I'd utilize them a little bit later on, but start doing a couple. If you don't know what those are, most planets have a blue crown mission, and after you do that, they'll unlock a exotic quest for you to unlock an exotic weapon. There's one I know for the Rat King, there's one for the Mitas, there's one for this hand cannon that it's like the Sturm, something like that. Not a very good weapon, but again, it can help you at least get to the power level that you need to get to. So that's what I would be doing there. Definitely do your powerful gear milestones. Grinding pub events at this point after you've done what you can there is still your best thing. Keep grinding, keep getting coins, keep turning them in. It will go up. It might not look like it, but the more you turn in, the more it does slowly go up. As your power level goes up, they'll also start giving you better power levels. So keep grinding those out. Do those. Do a couple of the exotic quests. Do all this to try to get to 280. The reason you want to get to 280 is because once you get there, we can start utilizing mods, and I'll get to that in a bit. I would also normally recommend starting an alternate character here, but apparently, unlike in Destiny 1, that doesn't help. Somebody from Destiny said something, one of the bigger up guys said, oh, well, we didn't want to let you make an alternate character and let it, be something that you feel forced to do, so we're just going to take that out, so when you make an alternate character and play with them, it's not going to drop any higher gear than your main character. I did this without knowing that, so don't do what I did. Don't waste your time making an alternate character to try to get your power level higher, because apparently it doesn't matter. Now, once you get to 280, we'll discuss the best ways to go from there. Okay, so you're 280, ready to move on, try to get to basically the next benchmark, which is 305. At 280, the important thing to be able to know here is you can now utilize mods from Banshee. Now you can get purple mods, random drops from different things that you do, but now you can actually use your Glimmer to buy a lot of mods, which in turn can allow you to also buy legendary mods. Now, how that works is you have to have, I believe, 3 of each mod, so 3 of a specific leg mod, 3 weapon mods, 3 of this, whatever. And then Banshee will allow you to also buy a legendary mod. Having a legendary mod gives 5 extra points, whether it be to defense or attack, to whatever you put it in, which, if done correctly, by 280, if you have a mod in every slot from all your 280 gear, you would be instantly a 285. Now, once you do that, if you have enough for that, and I don't fully expect you to, I didn't, I think I only got to 283 when I did it, but at this point, you're going to want to start raiding, getting on LFG, looking for raid teams, having your own raid team, going for raid gear, because there's a lot of gear in there. After you beat the raid, as you unlock, the chests and stuff, you get your coins, you'll go meet another thing I don't want to tell you about. If you haven't got there, it's kind of cool, but then you can turn those coins in and get more raid gear. That's kind of what you're going to be doing from here on out, is you're going to keep on doing your milestones every week as you get them. If you still have some of the exotic quests, again, I recommend doing them. Now, I will state this when the alternate character thing comes about. I had an alternate character, and I did do the exotic quests on them, and I do feel like that was a beneficial thing. When I had all my gear on that person and did an exotic quest, I felt like it did drop higher. Not that it will, because again, apparently it won't, according to Bungie, but I still feel that part at least helped a little bit there. But from 280 on, it's going to be a lot of the raid and just a lot of grinding, whether it's Crucible, if you like Crucible, and utilizing those mods constantly. Important thing about the mods, if you have a piece of equipment with a mod in it and you disassemble that piece of equipment with that mod goes away. So that's important to know, because if you have a pair of boots that's 285 because your mod, and you just dropped, and a random pair of boots just dropped that's 284, and you try to put the pair that's 285 in there, it won't work, because that pair of boots is actually only 280 with a 5 power mod. So what you'd want to do is actually disenchant the 284 boots, which would actually move you up to 289 because you kept that mod, you kept the pair of boots with that mod. Very important things. By the end of this, you're going to wind up needing every piece of gear at level 300 with a mod. Hardest mod to come by, in my opinion, and I'm sure the opinion of many, is a kinetic mod. So most of the time, getting an exotic weapon has a kinetic mod in it. I recommend always having that. If you have a mod that's kinetic, or you have a gun that has a kinetic mod already in it, keep it. Always just remember to have it, just in case you want that extra boost to get to 305 quicker, because that mod is extremely hard to come by. So that's what you're going to be doing, guys. From 280 to 305, you're just going to be grinding basically the raid, Crucible, your milestones as much as you can. Do the exotic quest. If you decide to make an alternate character, again, it's not supposed to help. I think it helped me when it comes to the exotic quest part aspect of it, at least. But that's it, guys. That's the grind. That's where you're gonna be. I did this in about a week and a half. Got to 305 myself, and I have a full-time job and everything, so it was very doable. It was a lot of fun. I had a fun time doing it. But that's it. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit like down below. I appreciate you guys tuning in. You guys have a good one.